whatever we eat and drink and breathe and comes in through our skin, in addition, the effect of electromagnetic frequencies, of Wi-Fi, microwaves, all these things, those effects are there. So they're all contributing to this ocean or sea or aquarium, the water around the cells. Okay? Now, when we talk about genetics, we're talking about inside the cell, in the nucleus, there is a very complex molecule called DNA. And we all have heard of DNA, and we know that DNA is what is able to produce, is the blueprint that produces new parts that the cell needs. But the DNA is just sitting there. It doesn't know what to do. It needs to be told what to do. It needs to be told, oh, we need insulin receptors. We need to get rid of our insulin receptors, or whatever it needs to do. Or we got a lot of estrogen, we got a lot of testosterone, we need to do this and that. So the DNA will respond to the signals that are coming in. Where are these signals coming from? These signals are coming from that fluid around it. Now remember, that fluid, which we call the extracellular fluid, around the cell, not only consists of what comes in from what we just discussed, but also what doesn't go out. Okay, so if things are coming in, even if it's perfect 100% nutrients, there's going to be what we call metabolic waste products that are produced as a result of metabolism. If they don't leave, then that accumulates. Okay, so the leaving is through the veins and the lymphatic vessels. Okay, those structures don't have a pump like the heart. So what pumps them, what moves them, what helps drain this, what allows the drainage of this fluid are muscle contraction. Okay, so if your muscles aren't moving, if you're just lying around all the time, then you're not really draining the swamp. Okay, so it's really easy to see when you understand this why exercise is important, why what we eat is important, why we shouldn't smoke, why the water should be good. I mean, all the things, it almost becomes, the questions that most people have is this good for me, is this not good for me, does this cause cancer, it becomes non-questions because you understand it, if you understand these fundamental basic concepts. So anyway, so the genetics is just the blueprint, and it needs to be told what to turn on and what to turn off. The area, the stuff around it that is telling it is called the epigenetics. Epi meaning above or around. This is my epidermis. It's on top of my dermis. The dermis is the functional part of the skin. The epidermis is the covering. Epi, that's what epi means. So it is so we want to say, what is the cause of cancer? Well, clearly it's the epigenetics. In other words, it is the environment around the cell that's going to determine what the cell does. Okay? So now the genes that get turned on in a chronic fermentative state that we just discussed, which is the necessary step for cancer, the genes that get turned on as a result to support metabolism, fermentative metabolism, are what we call oncogenes, or cancer-related genes. So they get turned on. They're not there to make cancer. They're there to support fermentation. Okay? The problem is that this process is cancer. So this is very important. So now if we realize that the environment, the epigenetics around it is what's causing the cell to upregulate oncogenes and become cancer, then all we have to do is change the environment around it. And see, this is the implications for preventing cancer. This is the implications for treating cancer. Okay? They're really not that different. You know, whatever it takes for me to be restored to health, the same thing will be required for me to maintain my health.